This video is not just another speech about breakups. This is a guide, a wake-up call, and maybe the turning point of your entire life. Because if you've been left broken, if you've been left questioning your worth, by the end of this video, you'll understand how to turn that pain into the greatest strength you've ever had. Watch till the end, because these words can save you months, maybe years of suffering, and rebuild you into a man stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable than ever before. So, let's begin. Breakups are one of the hardest experiences a man can go through. People often compare them to grief, and they're right. When someone you love deeply walks away, it feels like death. It feels like the death of love, the death of connection, the death of a future you once believed in. It's the silent funeral of a life you thought you were building together. And here's the truth, most men don't admit, it cuts us deeper than anyone wants to acknowledge. For men, most of the time we suffer in silence. We mask our pain with jokes, distractions, or by pretending we're fine. But deep inside, it feels like someone ripped out our chest and left us hollow. You know exactly what I mean, that heaviness in your chest, the sleepless nights, the endless thoughts that cycle in your mind. What did I do wrong? Could I have stopped her from leaving? Is she already with someone else? These thoughts don't just hurt, they consume you. Why does it hurt so badly? Because breakups are not just about losing a woman. They're about losing validation, losing stability, losing a sense of identity. When you're in a relationship, especially as a man, you don't just love, you build a vision for the future. You start to tie her into your destiny. She becomes part of your story. And when she suddenly decides to walk away, it's not just rejection. It feels like betrayal, like the ground underneath your feet gave way, like your entire world has shifted. And here's the brutal part. Whether we admit it or not, when we love a woman, we see her as ours. We don't mean it in a toxic way, but in a protective one. She is part of us, a reflection of who we are. And when she leaves, it feels like someone stole a part of us. That's why it's not just sadness, it's rage, it's confusion, it's humiliation. But let me hit you with the most important truth you need to understand. Chasing her will never work. Let me repeat that. Never. No amount of begging, texting, pleading, or writing perfect messages will bring her back. She's not leaving because of something you can instantly fix with words. If she walked away, she's already disconnected emotionally long before the breakup happened. By the time you notice, it's already over for her. Yet, this is where so many men destroy themselves. They beg. They send long paragraphs. They cry. They promise to change. They show up at her door. They think if they just express how much they love her, she'll reconsider. But what they don't understand is that this chasing energy only pushes her further away. Why? Because attraction is not logical. You cannot convince someone to feel what they no longer feel. The more you beg, the weaker you look, and the more she loses respect for you. This is why the first step in surviving a breakup is radical acceptance. You must accept that it's over. You must accept that she may never come back. You must accept that the version of your life that had her in it is now dead. And as painful as that sounds, acceptance is freedom. Because once you stop resisting reality, you stop bleeding emotionally. You stop clawing at a closed door and finally start looking at the other doors life has to offer. Think of it like this. If you're drowning in the ocean, thrashing wildly only makes you sink faster. But if you relax, float, and accept the water around you, you can begin to breathe again. A breakup is the same. The harder you fight to keep her, the deeper you drown. The moment you accept it, you begin to float. Now, let's be real. Acceptance doesn't mean you'll stop hurting overnight. The pain will still be there. The lonely nights, the emptiness, the ache in your chest, all of it will remain. But instead of resisting the pain, you'll begin to carry it differently. You'll stop asking, why me? And start saying, okay, this is my reality. What now? Most men don't reach this stage. They get stuck in denial, anger, bargaining, the same cycles of obsession. They stalk her social media. They analyze every detail of her new life. They wonder if she's thinking about them, if she misses them, if she regrets leaving. But listen carefully, that obsession is poison. It doesn't hurt her, it hurts you. It keeps you chained to someone who's already walked away. It wastes your energy, your time, your sanity. Stop comparing yourself to her. Stop watching what she's doing. Stop imagining her with someone else. None of it matters. The only thing that matters is what you do now. And what you must do now is stop the bleeding. Stopping the bleeding means no contact. It means no texts, no stalking, no accidental likes on her Instagram from your fake account at 2 a.m. It means complete disconnection. Because every time you check on her, every time you break no contact, you rip the wound open again. And wounds that don't close don't heal. I know what you're thinking. But what if she forgets me? What if she moves on forever? My brother, she already has. That's the hardest pill to swallow, but it's the truth. The moment she left, she chose her path. If she comes back someday, it won't be because you begged. It will be because you became so strong, so confident, so elevated that she couldn't ignore you. But ironically, by the time that happens, you won't even want her anymore. That's the beauty of breakups. They feel like the end of the world, but they're actually the beginning of a new world. And right now, you're standing at the edge of it. You can either stay stuck in the ashes, crying over what burned down, or you can rise like a phoenix and build something greater. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it feels impossible. Yes, you loved her. But love is not supposed to destroy you. Love is supposed to elevate you. And if she walked away, then it's time to face the truth. She was not the one meant to walk with you into the man you are becoming. So feel the pain. Don't run from it. Don't numb it with alcohol, drugs, or meaningless hookups. Sit with it. Let it burn. Because pain is not your enemy, it is your teacher. And the lesson it's teaching you right now is simple. You are not done. Your story is not over. You are being forced to shed the weak version of yourself so that the stronger version can be born. And that is the essence of this first phase. Heartbreak is not the end. It is the call to rise. But only if you stop chasing, accept reality, and begin the painful, beautiful process of transformation. Now that you've faced the truth, now that you've accepted the breakup as a reality you cannot change, the question becomes, what are you going to do with this pain? Because pain is energy. And energy can either destroy you or it can be converted into fuel. Most men let pain destroy them. They sink into depression. They chase distractions, alcohol, endless scrolling, casual flings, hours of video games, anything to avoid the silence of their own mind. And for a while, it works. For a while, the distractions numb the wound. But here's the problem. Numbness is not healing. It is delay. The pain is still there, waiting, lurking. And every time the distraction fades, it hits harder than before. But the few men who rise above, they do something different. They take all that pain, all that fire, and they redirect it. They turn heartbreak into hustle, grief into greatness, sorrow into strength. Instead of running from the pain, they pick it up like a weapon and use it to cut through the weakness inside them. And that, my brother, is exactly what you must do. You see, a breakup has given you something most men will never get, a moment of truth. Life has stripped away your comfort, your validation, your emotional anchor. It has exposed the raw version of you, the man underneath the smiles, underneath the distractions, underneath the illusions. And right now you have a choice. You can rebuild yourself stronger, or you can stay broken. Think of every great man you admire, athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders, warriors. Do you think they became great in times of comfort? They were forged in fire. They were hardened by pain. They had their hearts broken, their dreams shattered, their backs pushed against the wall, and instead of collapsing, they decided to rise. That's what this breakup is for you. It's your fire. It's the heat that will harden you into steel if you let it. But to do that, you must change how you live. You cannot keep being the man you were when she left, because that man was not enough. You must evolve. So, how do you rebuild? How do you transform heartbreak into power? The answer is simple but not easy. Discipline. Discipline is the foundation of masculine strength. Not motivation, not inspiration, not waiting until you feel like it. Motivation is fleeting. Inspiration fades. But discipline is permanent. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. And after a breakup, your emotions will try to control you. You'll feel sad, weak, angry, hopeless. But discipline will teach you that feelings are not commands. You don't have to obey sadness. You don't have to obey loneliness. You don't have to obey weakness. You can choose action instead. Here's where you start, your body. The fastest way to rebuild yourself after heartbreak is through physical transformation. because the body and mind are connected. When your body grows stronger, your mind follows. When your body transforms, your identity shifts. You begin to see yourself differently, and so does the world. So hit the gym, run, lift, train like a man possessed. Push yourself as if your life depends on it, because in a way, it does. Every rep, every sprint, every bead of sweat is a step away from the weak, broken version of yourself. You're not just building muscle, you're building resilience, confidence, power. And don't just do it for aesthetics. Do it for the discipline. Do it for the mental toughness. Do it because every morning you wake up and hit the weights, you're proving to yourself that you can rise, that you can take control of your life even when it feels like everything has fallen apart. Next, your mind. Heartbreak leaves your thoughts in chaos. You obsess, you replay memories, you drown in what-ifs. To heal, you must take control of your mind. And the way you do that is through learning, focus, and growth. Read books, not just entertainment, but books that sharpen you. Read about philosophy, psychology, business, history. Fill your mind with wisdom that elevates you above the noise. Meditate, not in some mystical sense, but in the simple practice of observing your thoughts instead of being enslaved by them. Write in a journal. Get those chaotic emotions out of your head and onto paper where you can see them clearly. And most importantly, set goals. Clear, concrete, ambitious goals. Goals that scare you, goals that excite you, goals that will demand the best version of yourself to achieve. Because when you have a vision, when you're chasing something bigger than your pain, your heartbreak begins to fade in comparison. You see, pain is loud when your life is empty. But when your life is full of purpose, full of goals, full of progress, the pain gets drowned out. You no longer wake up thinking about her. You wake up thinking about the man you're becoming. This is the shift. From reacting to life to creating life. From being a victim of circumstances to being the architect of your destiny. But let's be honest, rebuilding is not glamorous. It's not easy. It's not quick. It's lonely. It's repetitive. It's painful in its own way. There will be mornings where you don't want to move. Nights where the loneliness cuts deep. Days where you question if it's worth it. And in those moments, you must remember this truth. Consistency beats everything. Consistency beats heartbreak. Consistency beats depression. Consistency beats loneliness. Every day you show up for yourself, you're stacking bricks. And one day, without even realizing it, you'll look up and see that you've built a fortress. A fortress of discipline, strength, and identity so solid that no breakup, no rejection, no loss can ever shatter you again. And here's something else. When you rebuild yourself, the world notices. People begin to treat you differently. Women notice the change. Opportunities appear. Respect grows. And ironically, sometimes even the woman who left you tries to come back, but by then, you've grown so much you won't even need her validation anymore. Because that's the ultimate goal of this phase, to build yourself into a man who does not need anyone to complete him. A man who is whole, strong, and purposeful on his own. A man who can love without losing himself, who can give without becoming dependent, who can walk alone without fear. This is what the rebuilding phase is all about. It's about turning heartbreak into your greatest project. It's about using the pain as fuel to construct the strongest, most unstoppable version of yourself. And let me be clear, this is not just about getting over one woman. This is about the rest of your life. Because life will keep testing you. People will leave. Failures will happen. You will face rejection, loss, disappointment. But if you use this breakup as the training ground to build resilience, you'll be ready for everything else life throws at you. So stop asking, how do I get her back? Start asking, how do I get myself back? Stop waiting for closure from her. Start creating closure through action. Stop letting your past define you. Start letting your vision pull you forward. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. And when the rebuilding is done, the man who rises will be unrecognizable compared to the man who fell. This is the last thing I'll say to you. If she left, let her go. If she broke you, good. Let that pain carve you into something stronger. Stop crying, stop waiting, stop begging. Life doesn't reward the weak. It only bows to the relentless. You have two choices right now. Stay broken and watch the world pass you by, or rise up and rebuild yourself into a man no one can abandon again. Every rep in the gym, every late night working, every step you take in silence, that's you proving to the world that nothing can destroy you. Remember this: women come and go, love comes and goes, but strength stays. Pain is not your enemy, it's your weapon. Use it, wield it. And the next time life tries to break you, it'll realize it created a man who cannot be broken. So stand up, wipe your tears, and go become the strongest version of yourself. This is your time.